Dangerfield. All right there. Oh, Sunday evening here. A hot and close Sunday evening in Phnom Penh. Oh, what a weekend. Jesus. Intensity. Half the attraction. There's this little hub in the middle of town where all the clubs are, all the girly bars, the madness, the endless stream of half-pissed people on scooters and tuk-tuks, and you can't walk more than a metre without a child trying to sell you something, or an adult trying to sell you something. Can't move without people selling you shit. It's quite weird. You'll have some brass on your lap who's wearing like next to nothing little PVC bra or something, fishnets, and you're knocking back jugs of cold lager, and there's a 5-year-old kid, no sign of any parents, probably down at Boozer, like with a tray. Chewing gum they sell, these little flower things that they make, it's like a flower in a tube, like a paper tube. Thanks. It's kind of weird. You'll be chatting away, just oh well, hello, sexy, and then you turn and go, sorry, mate, I'll give it to the last 4. He can't speak English. Telling him, trying to offload your guilt that you can't spare 20 pence, mate. I've already given away 80p this week. Come on, man, that's fair enough. Some of them work with amazing skill. An incredible grasp of the English language. I was at one bar with some mates the other day. She turned up, girl, I don't know, 9, 10. Little tray of what appeared to be hand-woven little bags. No one wanted one. No one wants any of it. It just marks the exchange. But my mate was just going, no, and then she started asking him questions like, where are you from? But she sort of goes, where are you from? You look like you're from Europe. And everyone's like, fucking hell. Just amazing language and observation, just nailed it. And then he's talking to her. And I've realised he's talking to an adult. Nothing about her is childish. They're just having this conversation. It's weird. Something's been lost. Something's been gained, but there's something been lost here. And in the end, she agrees to play him. Scissors, paper, spoon. You know the old classic, scissors, paper, spoon. What is it? Scissors, paper, stone. And so they go, all right, and it's super fast. Bang, 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 1-0, bang, 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 2-0, bang, like this. Gets to 4-1 in his favour. She's got to win 4 straight games. Bang, and she does. Thank you. Took a couple of dollars off him. It's fun up there, man, but there's no relaxing. You know, a foreigner up there relaxing is a potential customer for so many people. And you learn to deal with it in different ways. At first, it's just, Jesus, just want to walk somewhere. I've walked up there. I've walked out of that little bit, up the sort of little road, crossed the main road and got to the riverside, the side of the Tom Sap where it joins the Mekong. Fucking huge river. I've seen boat races down there. These huge boats. They've got about 20 people in each of them, like longboats. Everyone crowds along the riverside, so it's like a big day. Everyone's eating and drinking. But I've gone down there before just to smoke a joint or just to have a look at the river, a bit of peace and quiet. And as soon as I've sat down, this bloke's followed me down there, trying to sell me a map, trying to sell me a visit to the Genocide Museum. And the map was of the killing fields, and he was pointing it all out. It's my Friday night out, and I got a bloke telling me this is where they buried an estimated 50 tons of bones. Whoa, cheers! Anyway, that's a long old intro. I want to talk about television. One of the things that struck me as I was getting older was what appeared to be a lack of a passion a lack of passion that marked out successful artists, comedians, filmmakers, whatever, successful creative people would often refer to a passion in childhood. You know, listening to the way Scorsese talks about how film affected him as a child and a young man, just transfixed at this, at cinema, the process, the history, the capabilities, just, you know, like witnessing a god or meeting your idol, or both. And I'd watch these things as a creative person and think, man, I don't give a shit about anything. Not a shit. I remember my dad introduced me to his boss at one. He worked in a foundry in Dartford, casting bronze. And I wanted to be in the army. My dad done national service, and there was only a few, like handful of photos, some very rare stories. It was so magical to me. Like there were little daggers around the house, like proper old army issue daggers and badges, and just these little collection of signs that I'd have to sort of put together and try and tell a story. And to a young child whose father has this secret military sort of bit, it was just common on guard and national service. But to that child, to me, it's amazing. It just meant the world to me, and I was obsessed with the military. And I wanted to join the SAS, of course. You know, wanted to be the best. I was, you know, the glamorous special forces, man. It's called the special forces. Nothing competes. And my dad introduced me to this bloke who ran the foundry called Ellis Reese, I think. That might have been not important. And this bloke was ex-special forces, and he was a weird geezer for sure. Really odd. Couldn't really cope with a child in the room. But my dad said afterwards, he said, listen, that sort of thing is for loners. And I didn't know what a loner was, and I asked him, and he sort of explained it to me. And for the next week, I pretended to be a loner. I tried to have that level of passion. I sat on my own, you know, I tried to just, but the problem about trying to do it to show people is different. It's very hard to be alone where you need people to watch you. Just downstairs, like not in my normal seat near the corner. Oh, nothing, I just wanted some space here. One of my girlfriends said she saw Bruce Lee do it in a movie with the nunchuckers in Enter the Dragon, when he sits down in that little well and he just folds his nunchuckers, I think, on his knees and just meditates. So obsessed with Bruce Lee was this girl. She used to meditate when she was about 7. What are you doing? Nothing? Nothing? Just meditating like Bruce Lee? Yeah, like Bruce Lee, like him, I'm like him. So that's the nearest I had, trying to be a loner. And as I got older, you know, in my sort of early teens, this was becoming an issue. I was trying to identify with successful creatives, looking for hope. I didn't give a shit about anything. And about a year ago, I was thinking about that. And I realised it's not true. There's so many things. But one of them, the big one in that sphere, you know, listening to people talking about books and listening to, oh, I couldn't stop reading, you know, I just devoured books. Uncle Terence had a library, and when we would go there in the summer, I would just read and read and read. It would be everything from Descartes through to Descartes, an adventure in literary. No, none of that, man. We were out fighting with sticks. But, oh my gosh, television, the drug of a nation, breeding something and feeding radiation. Hasn't got a great rep, television, and let's face it, it's over. It's hanging on now. It's hanging on to its audience, white-haired old people who only have it on because they don't have it off. Yeah, I saved so many words getting those two in. But my obsession with television as a child, I've said before, you know, people say, oh, you're criminally undersubbed. 10,000 subscribers. Listen, from someone who's done stand-up comedy for 10 years, this is luxury. The fact that over 10,000 people have watched something I've said and gone, yeah, subscribed. I want some more of that. Can you see how that competes to a room full of 30 people just looking at you? Ooh. No, it's awesome. And that's from someone who's done that. And also, and here's the reason, think about that for someone who at 6 years old would wear a cardboard box on his head with the front cut out, doing my own television show to no one. 0. Now, it might have taken 40 years, but I know that this will get 1,000 views maybe in a couple of days. Sweet. But television. What was amazing was you've got two things going on with television of my era, and we're talking sort of mid to late 70s to mid to late 80s. The golden era of television. You've got a combination of it being new and the monopolies getting a bit of ground. Now there's when you've got something like the BBC, there's the national communal element to so many programmes. This wasn't just like the World Cup when you know that every other fucker's watching it. This was things like It's a Knockout. Narrated, of course, by soon-to-be paedophile Stuart Hall. Soon to be caught. I mean, there is the problem that the television seemed to create paedophilia. It didn't exist anywhere near those numbers until television. So many of them. But yeah, soap operas. The amount of people watching them. And you knew it, and that's what was exciting about it. You were sharing something with the nation. But alongside that, you've also got the unregulated, oh fuck me, we're lucky we've landed a job in television. The same thing that happened with the internet. A lot of businesses in the early days of the internet, including mine, was just at this amazing juncture where, hang on, suddenly you've got this technology and no one's doing much with it. Bang. You know, but I didn't come from that background. And it was much the same with television. You've got all the art students from the late 60s. This is key. This is really significant. All the kids who were studying art, all that, you know, you can imagine. All those 60s hippies smashed out on LSD, smoking weed all day long. They ended up in television. They made those utterly and effortlessly psychedelic, like the magic roundabout. I mean, you know, it's a cliche to bring it up. Wow, it was really off its head, but it was. You know, the music, nuts, and even the stories, Chorlton and the Wheelies. You know, you look at kids' TV today, it's so sanitised. But this was weird shit. On a Saturday afternoon before the football scores, and check out the football scores, because the nation then gambled on the pools. It was called the pools. P-O-O-L-S, don't know why, because it's a pool. And it was called the football pools, sorry. This is really weird. An absolute... amazing that they grabbed hold of it. You'd bet on you'd have all the football matches that were going to play on a Saturday. Was it all weekend? I don't know. I can't remember. Or you just pick some matches, and you betted on draws and no score draws. So how many 0-0 games are there going to be, and how many 1-1, 2-2? I can remember my old man sitting there with his roll up in his mouth, his hands still dirty from work, smelling of sweat, real masculine sweat. You know, I thought that was the smell of his foundry. When I went in there, I smelt it. When he came home, I smelt it. And only years later, when I grew a bit of hair under my armpits, not much, steady, barely see it, a whisper, and started sweating like a man, I smelt it. And my dad had already died by then, and it was amazing. I was like, oh my days. And I realised then that was male perspiration. Wow. How did I get there? Shit, I've got to remember. Oh, yeah. So he's got this roll up and he's smelling of the foundry. Male sweat. And he's just crossing these tiny little squares. Loads of them, though. And then now and again he's going, Coventry Leeds. And then, cool, Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, you'd get the results service. Halfway through the afternoon sports programme, Dickie Davies with his James Brown haircut. And they go, okay, that was the motor racing from Swindon. It's time for the results. People, those who witnessed this will already be trembling. Those who are new to this story, oh, shocking. You'd then get a close-up, right? This is Saturday afternoon, surely prime time television, by ITV, the biggest commercial station in England. There's only fucking 3. BBC 1, BBC 2, ITV. Close-up of a daisy wheel printer. You know those little circles with all the letters raised on them? Yeah, daisy wheel printer. And then it would start typing the results. So it sort of go, and you'll see, and then as it went, the paper would move up. No shit, on telly. And it would say, Swindon 2, something else. Anyway, and there'd be a bloke narrating it. And I'm telling you, they would do the first league then was the Premier League now. It used to be the Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and a few weird ones. But the weird ones would get you, because as a kid you're just thinking, please let this stop, make this stop, make this stop. He's just there going, Tranmere Rovers 4, Leicester City 2. Oh, God. And then once that league had finished, they'd then go, the Scottish Premier, no, the Scottish, and it'd be like weird shit, and then the Skoda League. The Scottish one was amazing, because as a young kid, I didn't know where these places were, and it'd be like, Queen of the South 2, St Mirren 1. Kilmarnock and Dundee was a late result. When you heard a little anomaly like late result or postponed, you'll be like, yeah, and they'd have to explain it. They go, apparently there was rain on the pitch. Dunfermline 4, oh man, kill me. So that'd go on for ages. But sometimes there'd be a little cartoon break, and it wasn't scheduled. And I think this might have just been if there weren't enough to talk about in the football, or if a load of games had been rained off or something. And it could be from like Czechoslovakia. Some really weird art house fucking. It would sort of come up like Elskinit NATO, and then the subtitle would say something like The Unfunny Bear. You'd be like, whoa, what is this? And the music goes, and you'd be like, whoa. And you're stepping over your Super Striker, which is a football game where you push your heads down to make them kick, which is cut over the floor for the whole weekend. And then these little weird paper cutouts would come on. And there'd be these subtitles. What? Hang on. So you had these two very strange ends of television. You had the sort of arrival of the media monopoly alongside these strange little one-off. Oh, do you want to make a television programme? We've got 3 minutes on Saturday. You know, people that just couldn't get into television today. And the mad thing about television, the interesting thing, the thing that is almost the tragedy of television. I said before, fleetingly in a video once, that once television existed, society was over anyway. And someone questioned me on it, and it was interesting. I think that's kind of what I meant, that television had within it the seeds of its own destruction, like all good contradictions must. And it without doubt, it was going to end. It would never survive, and it needed its opposite, which is the internet, because the television is too limited. Once you can get in someone's front room, play them some nice music and some pretty colours, you can pretty much tell them anything, especially if you can repeat that message. And once that was available, once that was likely, that had to go. That had to go. And the internet is that. The internet is the manifestation of that, but where anyone can do it. At the moment, still, you can put stuff online, anyone can listen to it. You're not limited to an handful of monopolies. And that's my little talk about television.
Thank